All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Salty Saturdays. We have one match going on today, and with me to cast this match is Roadrunner. Hi, Roadrunner. How's it going?
Hello. Thanks for having me on. Really glad to be here and happy to cast this match. So thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, thanks for making it. It's always good to have someone else along the ride. Otherwise, it's just me talking to myself, so that's not so fun.
Yeah, for sure.
So you had some matches earlier this afternoon, right? That you were helping put on stream.
Yeah, that's right. So earlier this afternoon, I helped op two legacy matches for the gold conference. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was F2L White versus the legacy 3 seed team. So yeah.
Yeah. And how did those matches go?
They were both pretty close. I think one went 3-1, one went to game 5, so yeah.
Nice.
I think Rebob did end up beating Geranium Battle, but it went to game 5, so
Nice.
Geranium held strong for a while. It was impressive performance on both sides, so yeah,
Yeah, and every point counts, right? So it's always good to get whatever points you can, even if you don't win the match.
absolutely. So,
Did you all see any interesting archetypes, tech choices, anything like that?
hmm, yeah, so it was actually really interesting. We were expecting Rebob because he's, maybe a better player than the average player for sure. We were expecting him to bring more of like a control based lineup, right?
Hmm.
But he ended up bringing full aggro this week.
Wow.
So pretty interesting. He brought Beast Druid and West Warrior and I'm forgetting. It was aggro DH, I think. I'm not positive. I can't remember. But yeah. So
Nice. Yeah, I guess you can never predict in some ways. Sometimes the best what is it pivot is going for those aggro matchups.
yeah, for sure. So
All right. Well, today we got a 5C matchup between Eternal and Bite Sized AC. This is a cross conference legacy play in THL. And so this is going to be in the Conquest format. And we've got two people. I think Eternals team. Well, one of them is in silver and one of them is in gold. I don't remember which team is in which, but and their series is real close. I believe it's a 2 point lead for Serenite Pain Game, which is the team that Eternal is on. So this match definitely is going to matter. It's going to factor into the results for the week.
yeah, for sure. It'll be an intense performance, and we'll see who comes out on top.
Any thoughts? They're still getting ready to challenge and ban and all that stuff. So, any thoughts about what we expect? We have Eternal with the Demon Hunter, Hunter, Paladin, Warrior, and Bite Size with the Druid, Mage, Paladin, and Warrior. So, we got the Paladin and Warriors from both teams, but then the other two classes being different.
Yeah. So it looks like we're gonna have some mirrors, but we also have. It's interesting because Bite Sized didn't bring DH this week. So, but Eternal did, and DH is just such a strong class right now. So I think we're definitely going to see a DH ban from Bite Sized. Um,
Yeah.
but we'll see what Eternal decides to ban. I'm thinking that he'll probably ban the Druid because odds are it could be Ramp Druid, but it could also be Beast Druid, which would be a lot more dangerous for, like, for instance, the Quest Hunter, the Paladin, and the Warrior potentially.
So we do have the bans just coming in now. Bite Size did ban the DH, like you were just saying. Eternal decided to go with a Warrior ban, so that's a little bit unexpected. I would agree with you. I
Ooh.
also thought should be a Druid ban. Maybe the Warrior ban was because they thought that the DH would be left up and maybe get like soft targeted with control lineups or something like
Oh,
that.
Control Warrior.
Possible,
Yeah.
but I would always just go with that Druid ban because I'm afraid of Druid, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. So,
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and give them the go ahead, I guess. But any thoughts about the archetypes based on the bands?
so Eternal banned the Warrior. So,
Yeah, that's the most
yeah.
interesting one, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
that
it's a
is
comfort thing,
interesting.
like maybe because I don't know what exactly. I mean, I feel like all of the remaining decks at least can still run their best, their best archetypes, like the Quest Hunter. I guess Holy Paladin technically would want to ban Control Warrior. I don't think Mech
That's
Pally would
true.
though.
Yeah.
So it could be a Holy Pally. I
Yeah.
don't know. Although
Yeah.
I wonder what Eternal's like preparation is in terms of what he thinks the Druid will be, because I feel like that's also the big
Yeah.
thing there. Like leaving up Druid means, in theory, it means that you're probably bringing a more aggressive Paladin, just because if you're expecting Ramp Druid, then you don't want to be running the slow. All of those decks actually, Quest Hunter, Holy Pally, and Control Warrior, all a bit too slow for that Druid.
Yeah, for sure. So, it'll be interesting what we see here.
Yeah, and then the mage I think is also an interesting one. I have definitely seen in THL this week a lot more people deciding to bring the mage, and I definitely see it's got some value in answering paladin a bit. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of mage also is brought. Is this the Naga mage? Is it just a mech mage, a very aggressive mage? We'll see, and whether it runs amulet or not and stuff like that. So
Yeah, that will be interesting. I've played against different variations of like Ping, Naga, Amulet, Mech. Like I've played against like different combinations of all of those decks when my opponents have brought Mage. So it's been interesting for sure.
yeah, it'll
Like I
be
think Saku. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no,
Oh,
no,
go
no.
ahead.
It's interesting, like where mage will settle to. I feel like it's still not settling into an archetype. I know a lot of people at higher levels of legend are playing the Naga mage, right, mainly, but you still see
Yeah.
mech mage every now and then, and some people still, some of its numbers are still performing pretty well. So it'd just be interesting, like what the builds are at the end of the day.
Yeah, for sure. I think that shoot, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Yeah, it was similar. Like, Ping Mage used to be such a great counter for Paladin.
Right,
And but then again, that was when Mask of Cthulhu was in the meta, so that
right.
rotated. So so you gotta run a Viper or else like that weapon's gonna be tough. So
All right, it
yeah,
does look
for
like we
the
are getting into the
Uriel.
first game, and it looks like Bite Size is on the Druid, and Eternal is
Strength
on the
comes in
Hunter.
many forms.
Alright.
So it does look
So it
like
looks like
it's a ramp druid, right? Yeah, I assume that's what you're
Ramp
about to say.
Druid. So the Quest Hunter will probably have a harder time with that.
Yeah,
Unless maybe if the Quest Hunter can get the Tavish hero with the 0 mana hero power, that's often better into more of the slower decks like Ramp Druid, Control Warrior. Yeah, so we'll have to see if Eternal can get Tavish early.
right. That's a good point. I do think that would be a big that does change the matchup quite a lot if they are able to get an early Tavish down. So the mulligan there too for Eternal, keeping the wound prey. Maybe he's not sure if this is, a slow druid or not too, because Beast Druid is getting more popular these days.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Oh.
Well, we do have bite size with the wild growth and the ability to at least look for the follow up, right? Looking for nourish.
Yep. The Moonlit Guidance is helpful too. Ooh, the Innervate. That's a good pickup. I'll have to
Yeah.
see if he innervates into the wild growth now or waits on it.
Yeah, I'm thinking that in some regards, because you now see that it's Quest Hunter, it's not Face Hunter or something, some other shenanigans, you do have a little more time. You want to
Yeah.
obviously get your ramp going early, but you can also save the Innervate for a scale turn if what's his face comes down or something like that, right? Drekthar.
Yeah, for sure. Guff, yeah. Guff Hero, yeah. So it looks like
interesting.
Bite Size did opt to wait on the wild growth. I agree. I think that was the better decision. So
Yeah, the other thought would have been the Moonlit Guidance. I guess he could have also played that on 2, but decides to hold off on it.
yeah,
I do think it's a question of how much, I guess, value you want to get. Oh, he draws a Nourish anyway. I was going to say that the ideal
yeah,
situation
that's
could be,
huge.
yeah, it's really huge. Because on 2, he could have Moonlit Guidance for the Nourish, right? Instead, he just draws it naturally. So now he can save that Moonlit Guidance if he wants to find something and get, double the value of it.
Interesting to tempo Raj, but I think
Yeah.
I don't know how Druid's clearing it. Oh
Oh,
my
and the
gosh,
Guff.
and top decking Guff. That's amazing.
Yes. Especially with that
With the
Innervate.
Innervate in
Exactly.
hand too.
Yep.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I think you have to do that.
Yeah, I think Guff makes sense. You can Guff and Innervate out Hero Power to ramp even further.
Yeah?
The other option would be Nourish, and you get 2 mana to Hero Power down maybe the 1/1 or something. Yeah, I liked that Eternal tempoing out this Raj Najan. I like it a lot since on 5 you know that Druid wants to do rampy things. So this at least
Yep.
means like, oh, he's not going to be able to clear it one turn, so maybe I can get some extra damage in from this minion.
Yeah? Good thought on Eternal's part for sure.
It does look like this is a bit rough just because you see the Guff, and he's already up to
Yeah.
8 mana next turn. So you just got to get as much damage in as possible. Even this Mark Shot I think is really interesting. I kind of like it as well.
Yeah? Just maximize your cost. Makes sense.
Interesting pick there on the bunker. Makes me
Yeah.
wonder if he's playing more secrets than I didn't really look. I mean, he picked really fast. I didn't see the other 2 choices that closely, but makes me think that there may be other secrets, not just the explosive trap.
Yeah, so this will be really sad when Bite Sized realizes that explosive trap is on the board.
Yeah.
For all of the 2/1s.
Yeah, I mean, he could choose not to attack in and just use them in case Drekthar comes down, in case this Treasure Guard comes down.
That's completely fair. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fair.
I mean, he's not really trying to kill him yet, basically.
Yeah.
At least not for a while.
Yeah, that's true.
So he needs 1 more damage spell to get his hero power to 0. This attack is really kind of cute because it does make it feel like maybe it's not explosive trap.
This must be the way.
Yeah, that's I do like that maneuver. Interesting also, Bite Size is running Queen Ashara. That's how you
Yeah.
pronounce it.
Yeah. I think I saw people run this earlier maybe in the meta, but I think it's been falling off. I'm not really sure actually on the ramp druid meta, so to speak. Wow, getting the nourish for card
Ooh,
draw. Okay.
interesting. I might have wanted to play the other nourish.
Right.
That way you get 2 nourishes in hand versus
Yeah.
just 1 now.
Yeah, so small misplay there, most likely at least.
That rope's
Just
burning
probably
everywhere.
would have wanted an extra nourish, although yeah,
Yeah.
I assume so, right? I don't think there's a downside because
Yeah.
the way the card works. So this will make his hero power 0. This bunker can go down even if he doesn't have any secrets. That way you can get rid of it because he does have a Furious Howl. So he does kind of want to discard all his hand.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
really didn't see what the other choices were because it's actually also possible that the other choices were so bad that Bunker was the lowest mana cost thing that had any relevance.
I don't like hero powering. I don't like that.
Sure.
Ooh, so it looks like very interesting. So there were no more secrets.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there were any secrets. So I'm pretty sure. Again, I didn't see the discover happen very quickly. It looked like he chose. I think that the 2 mana one was the cheapest, and I didn't see the other 2 that were passed up, but they may have been pretty bad choices. So that's unfortunate
Yeah.
to kind of just not really get anything off of that. I'm really marked shot, right? That I'm really bad with names of cards.
Ooh, that is
gets
a really good
a very nice 8 heal.
colossal minion. Yep, I like that.
Man, these colossals, they're really quite fun.
Wait,
Oh, he
what are
decides to
you-
clear instead.
What are you? I would. Ooh, I don't like that. I would have let it heal for 8
Sure.
versus Quest Hunter.
Yeah, maybe it's not. Maybe it's also not familiarity with the way this is a priest legendary that probably
yeah,
most people
sure.
don't play. I imagine.
No, that makes sense. It's not a good card to run usually, from what I hear
Oh,
anyway.
he's so close to killing it too.
I know.
He could have put it down to 1 and then let the explosive trap deal with it, but I guess he's just. Oh, this is gonna be tough because he is gonna heal for 8 though. The damage that's going face now is gonna get healed back essentially. Oof. There's the earthen scales.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're likely gonna see a situation where he may just run completely away with this.
Yeah, with the earthen scales, that's healing 17. That's
Right.
really good for bite-sized here.
Yeah, I should feel very safe after this, even though Quest Hunter will be completing quest or will be playing the quest reward here.
Right. Yeah. Oh, and we actually see a mutinous here, which
Interesting.
is interesting. Yeah. Don't normally see that in Ramp Druid. Do you normally?
Well, I think it's a
haven't
tech
played
card,
Ramp
but
Druid in a
I
while.
agree. I don't know if it's the
Sure.
most common, right?
Yeah. Makes sense.
Maybe it's hedging against the Pally and Warrior matchups. Because there are some
Or
probably
even
good.
Quest Hunter. Like,
Sure, yeah.
if you
Get that quest.
mutinous Tavish, like, that's really good. They
Definitely.
can't do anything. Like, I've had it happen to me before, sadly. It sucks.
Yeah. Feels like you have to. Sometimes you just have to play around it and just try to get it down on the turn that you complete the quest. Oh, Eternal's gonna get some reload here.
This looks like bite-sized could take it though, with 2 9 attack minions and still the Queen Ashara. Well, yeah, how is... Well,
He's just
yeah,
got to
how is
kill some
Eternal
of these
clearing
minions.
all of this?
He can kill the 9-3.
Oh, with the coin. Yeah,
Right.
that's how.
Oh, wait.
But still, like, it's
Okay,
just
he's
over, I think.
Yeah, I think it's just over. He's just
Yeah.
tapping out here.
Well fought.
Yep.
I concede.
And that is... Game 1 goes to bite-sized. I mean, I think that's as expected, though. I think Quest Hunter doesn't do as well into Ramp Druid.
Right. That was a tough queue order for Eternal there.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, yeah, Quest Hunter should do just fine into the other two decks, but just happened to draw the Druid first. What do you think here in terms of
Yeah.
what we'll see next? Do you think Eternal sticks with the Quest Hunter? What does Bite Size go into it?
So now bite size is down to Mage and Paladin.
Mhm.
So given that, and then Eternal has the Hunter, and then whatever Paladin and Warrior Eternal brought. So yeah, it'll be interesting.
I kind of think I kind of think it'd be interesting if this is a Mech Pally, which part of me thinks it will be a Mech Pally.
Yeah.
I kind of expect the Paladin to show up here for Bite Sized. And I kind of think Eternal
see
keeps the
that.
hit Hunter just because if he decided to go with Hunter before, yeah, we do see that
Yeah.
here. Just because if you're going to go with Hunter the first time, even with the Druid out there, then might as well stick with it. You must feel pretty comfortable with it.
Sure, that makes sense. Yep. I gotta switch.
Looks like I am bugged, or at least I can't see Eternal's hand. So
So you were correct on both counts. Bite size switched to the Paladin and then Eternal kept the Hunter. So yeah.
all right, let me rejoin the spectate because it looks like we have a bug where we can't see Eternal's hand.
Shoot.
So feel free
Similar
to.
bug for me.
Oh, okay, cool. You have to rejoin too. I always wonder actually about this because of the challenge bug right now, but because in spectate it doesn't kick you out, so I always wonder about that.
It actually just did kick me out.
Okay.
So I don't know. That's the only time I've had that happen to me. So I don't know
Interesting.
why that happened. But yeah, weird.
Yeah, the challenge
Blizzard
bug
really
is
needs to do better.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, we do have two different turn 1 plays for Bite Size. Probably trying to figure out whether he wants to. Oh, he passed them. Oh, interesting.
Ooh.
It's a very interesting line. You can see Bite Size thinking about it. I mean, I think, because he is Quest Hunter, it's possible he's playing around the Wound Praise that do happen to be in Eternal's hand.
Yeah? Yeah, that's true.
But now, how long do you wait? That's the big question. Oh, he's going to wait again. Because he's got a lot of low drops. But the interesting thing about this line is the Bannerman on 3 is going to buff these up and make them much more difficult to kill. So I'm
Yeah, I
gonna
think
assume,
that's
yeah,
the
here comes the
play.
Bannerman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting, very different line than I think most players would take, but very reasonable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because now you have a situation too where Eternal is on turn 3 and he just got only the first proc now, right? Instead of last turn or being already on the second stage of the quest.
It takes the Dragon Bane, possibly for 2 health minion.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
that's actually perfect because of what he's about to see. Probably, very likely he'll see at least one of these 2/2s come down at some point.
For sure.
Yeah, and despite delaying these minions coming down, he is now on stage 2. Just needs to do 2 more points of damage to get the hero power to 0.
Yep. We'll have to see if Eternal remembers that targeting the Divine Shield with the Wound Prey won't proc the quest.
Right.
So it'll be interesting. We'll have to see whether Eternal notices that or not.
Oh, well, he just
Oh,
popped
and
it,
he
but
did not.
it may be intentional. He may not have wanted to necessarily proc the quest there. Although I guess you could just shoot it to face and use the 1/1. Maybe he wants the 1/1 to proc the other Divine Shield. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he'll just just coin out some more damage. And
Honorable
that gets
kills
it. I mean, that
again.
gets it to 0.
Yeah, that's true.
The other thought there, I don't know if people know this, but Pierce Shot, right, on a Divine Shield minion still does hit face. So it actually does proc the quest
Yeah,
still.
yeah.
It'll do the full 6 damage to the face as well. But he could have also done some kind
True.
of piercing shot. I don't know if he would clear both minions though, but some kind of piercing shot, coin Rune Prey, get the hero power to 0. Oof. The Innie on 5.
That's gonna be tough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotta kill this Wind Fury Divine Shield thing. That's gonna grow. It's very scary.
That's problematic for sure.
He's got a pretty simple clear with the piercing shot. I could just shoot it and kill it off, but then you still have this 4/6 that's looming. It's still growing.
Mm-hmm.
These are very strong curve plays by Bite Size.
Yeah.
And on top of all that, there's a Cariol in hand.
Oh yes. Good old caster vision.
Yeah, it feels like it just makes Eternal's life so much more difficult. Although he does have the Viper, and honestly, there's a part of me that would trade it here probably just because I would feel so far behind. But we'll see, I guess, how tempted he is.
Yeah, for sure. Ooh,
All right,
he
discipline,
kept the
discipline.
Viper in hand. Nice.
Yeah, it's always a tough call, I feel like, in this matchup where when you have Viper and you've got that floating mana, like, you just wait till 7 just to see, or you have to trade it for a different card.
And this, I don't know how Eternal is clearing all of it. Well, they can clear the 5/5, one of the 5/5s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this Buff Naga shot will do some work.
At the same time, I think this is just still game over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
this
there's
is
so many
lethal.
different ways. Yeah. Wait, it's actually
Yeah.
just lethal on board. Oh my goodness.
It was, yeah.
So much damage. Yeah, with this Leviathan too,
So
clearing this
much.
out, right?
Yeah.
Yikes. Tough one. I mean, it does feel like as we've gone through the early part of this meta, that Mech Paladin has gotten stronger, and especially in this particular matchup, it feels like Mech Paladin is
Oh,
actually
for sure.
more advantaged now than before.
Yeah.
So a quick 2-0 for Bite Sized.
Yeah.
And just the mage left.
So we'll have to see if Eternal keeps the Hunter or decides to go with something else.
I believe Hunter is really good against mage. I think that's
Oh yeah, and
I think it's
that's
like 60-40
traditionally
minimum.
been. Oh yeah, that's traditionally been a really good matchup too. So
Yeah, so we'll see if he can take it one thing at a time, one class at a time. See how many points he can pick up here, whether he can do the reverse, right?
yeah, we'll see.
Otherwise, this will be a very short cast.
For sure.
All right, so does stay with the Hunter.
Knowledge is power.
Okay. I am not bugged this time, which is great. This does look like a mech mage. And I always
Yeah, it does.
feel a bit conflicted about the mech mage. I've heard people say that shark is like the most important card and supposed to like discount your mechs and play them all at once or something. But sometimes it just curves out too, I assume, right? Like you just play it on curve. Like you could just play everything on curve here, which looks like is the plan. I'm actually not sure who's favored in this particular matchup.
Yeah, this will be interesting. I think it depends on if the mage gets the Seafloor Gateway, the 3-minute spell that discounts all the mechs in your hand.
Yeah, that does seem extremely strong.
Because if you get a ton of low mana sharks, that's just awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely been in games where it's just 3 sharks on the board shooting you. It feels bad.
Ooh, I don't know if I like this play, because this is a really easy clear with Wound Prey.
Right. I wonder if he didn't play a minion because he is trying to save up a bit.
Oh,
I'm not sure. I mean, he does have abilities to dredge it because he has the battle cry, but I guess he could have put it with the sweeper on the bottom first and then dredged it up. I'm not sure what the thought process was. I mean, he did. I understand. Never mind. The thought process is obvious now that I think about it because he had no way of clearing that, so he just wanted to not take any extra damage from the 2/3 there, right? Because he had to ping.
Okay.
Yeah, if he pings, then he only has 1 mana left and can't do anything else.
Sure, that makes sense.
Well, he's gonna get this shuffled on the bottom, and then he'll be able to find it if he wants it. And I barely know what some of these things do. Just because I haven't played Beck Mage.
Yeah. Gosh, I would totally have played Mark Shot there.
Oh,
To
yeah.
get it out of your hand.
Sure, yeah. The 4 mana, right? It's like 4 on 4.
Yeah.
Just put it down.
Yeah. Just feels good. And plus, you have a Furious Howl in your hand, so you're going to want
Right.
to get rid of your expensive cards.
Sure. Well, he does have a Mecha Shark, but not a whole lot of follow-up and no discounts.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Yeah, I feel like it's a question of whether he wants to dredge or something else. Okay, let's get the other play here.
Oh, he's going to dredge for the golem that he shuffled in.
He picked the wrong one?
No. He's got
Oh, yeah. Okay,
one
add
that
3 random
adds
mechs.
3
Yes,
random
that's right.
mechs to it. So if he can play that and then draw the 3-mana spell to discount all the mechs he just added to his
Right.
hand, that would be amazing. How far is Eternal in this quest? Okay. Well, I disagree. I would target 3/5. That's just gonna get more powerful. Yeah,
There you go.
there we go.
I mean, piercing shot's expensive, but oh, he's also yeah, your spells are poisonous. Interesting.
Yeah,
Kind of cute.
that's the real trick. Wait,
All
that
right.
wouldn't work.
Well, he has
I was trying to think if Urchin Spines would work with the explosive trap, but it wouldn't trigger on your
Right.
own turn.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, he's setting up an explosive trap, but he doesn't have enough mana, right?
Oh, he got the
Oh,
hero
but
power
yeah, the
for
hero power
free.
is
That
0.
makes
Yeah,
sense.
this is nice clear.
I like this play, and then he'll swing into the perfect.
See what these
Alright,
mechs
let's
are.
get some good mechs.
The paladin one's not bad.
A sheep. The paladin one is good, and another security automaton.
Wow. Okay, takes
Took
the big
Sneed?
8-drop.
I don't know.
It answers Drekthar if it comes down.
It answers Drekthar. It also enters Tavish.
Oh yeah, good point. I don't mind it. I think that he's got a lot of resources in hand. But yeah, he could have taken something cheap to maybe try to combo with this shark. But I guess without the discounts, maybe he doesn't feel that, necessary.
Yeah.
He
At
can,
the same time, how is Quest Hunter removing the 8/8?
right, exactly. Like that's just a big minion.
Yeah, for sure. Well, no, don't do that. I was don't play Furious Hal.
Yeah, you want the value, right?
Yeah. for
Oh,
sure.
okay. He is going to play it this turn after he plays just about everything, I think. The question is to play the explosive now?
Got
Okay,
it,
he goes
got.
for it. I mean, any
Just
one
draw
drop
3
here
cards.
is going to clear because every spell is poisonous this turn. Ah, he didn't get
Yeah,
it. One drop
didn't
though.
get
Unfortunate.
it though. Unfortunate, yeah.
Well, if he does run it into the trap, he will get the Tavish on cue.
Well, there you go. That's very good for Eternal.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll be able to use his hero power at least twice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh, so the shark is on the board.
that is a lot
Those
of
are
stuff.
and even if he does clear the shark, that's a lot of max.
Yeah. He can actually get all the mechs. Okay, now he cannot. Well, it depends, I guess, on how he decides to use the rest of this. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't like that as much. I mean, I guess,
He just, he targeted the hero power the first time on the wrong minion. He could have gotten rid of another 2/1, but
that's what it was. Yeah, I thought that looked wrong. And there's the Sneed to clear Tavish.
yep, the Sneed follow-up from the Discover. Exactly as planned, right?
Yeah. Oh, but Drekthar.
Yeah, he really needs the other taunt to come out, I guess.
Yep,
Our enemies will meet their ancestors.
he did get it.
Nice.
So that's huge.
Yeah, see if you can elongate this a little bit and draw enough damage to finish it off. So, are there any rush minions in a mech? Oh my god.
Oh, and he top drew it. Oh my gosh,
Well,
that's dirty. Oh my
that
gosh.
should be lethal, assuming he sees
That
it.
is lethal, yeah. If he plays this mothership, it's just that's game over. Wow.
Seems to be thinking through it.
Yeah. Up, he notices. He's hovering over it.
He does hover over it.
Oh.
Not sure.
Uh,
Oh, this is up for 7.
oh,
So
no.
he found a different way to get
That's-
there. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
That is it.
Double Sneed. Wow. Wow. Well, quick 3-0 victory for Bite Sized.
Yeah, let me see if we can get him in for an interview.
Sounds good.
So any thoughts while we get him in here?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I did notice that both players played pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Like, then again, this is a match between two 5 seeds, and
Right.
I shouldn't judge because I myself play quickly a lot of the time. So, like, as a 5 seed, I can say, like, a lot of my fellow 5 seeds, and myself included in that, do play too fast,
Mhm.
and that's something I keep working on. But yeah,
All right. Well, hopefully he's coming in now.
that's good.
Hey, bite sized.
Hello,
What's up?
Hey,
Jim.
congratulations.
Thanks, man. This is the this is the key that I do on stream. Last season in Hero, I had no wins going into the streamed and I won. This year, going into the stream, no wins. I streamed and I won. So I think maybe I figured out what I need to do from now on.
There you go.
I mean, it's possible. There's been worse ideas.
What stood out to you about the match? Anything in particular, whether from the ban and the preparation to the archetypes to the actual games themselves?
Yeah, what stood out to me is that no Drexthar on 4 or 5 from the Hunter, which is key for that deck, right? Like,
Right.
you know, there's really not a lot of comeback mechanics if a board goes wide for a druid or even like, you know, technically mage in some level. So like him not hitting that out of like 0 for 3 on hitting that on curve on turn 3, that's a rough day at the office. You know what I mean? Like there's not a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be a rough matchup. No matter how it plays, if you don't hit that very key heavy hitting card.
Yeah, no, like the fact that all 3 games there was no Drekthar, except that last game at the very end when
Yeah.
it was basically too late at that point, right? So
That's what I love to see it. At the end, after it's
Yes.
over, bring it on.
yeah. Yeah, that's actually you're right about that actually, right? Because that's also after he completed quests. So that's a card that is not a spell. So it doesn't refresh the hero power, right?
Exactly. Bring it on. Slam it down. Let's go. Yeah, I feel fortunate. Like obviously, Returnal's no slouch. You know, easily it could have gone the other way. It could have gone 0-3. You know, he hits Drexthar in the first game, whatever. Boom, that drew. You know, he's got through this Hunter. You know, and then it goes down from there. Imagining he was running Quest Warrior, so that would have, you know, that's a powerful deck. So again, I feel fortunate. Like, let's don't get me wrong. Like, I feel fortunate that things sort of rolled my direction, and I didn't draw backwards, and I got mana ramp. Because that was the thing I was worried about in practice. When I played Druid, I wasn't getting the mana ramp that I wanted, and so I was losing a lot to my practice partner on Hunter. And so I was really worried coming into the game because I knew, like, look, hard mulligan for a mana, and if you don't get it, good luck.
Yeah, no, I understand. I know what you mean. Like that right now it does feel like that right now in this meta where a lot of the archetypes feel close, like they feel 50-50, but then when you overall over like 100 games, but then when you actually just play the game, it's like, do you draw the right cards in the right order?
Yep.
And that's going to make the matchup feel completely different, right? Like it'll feel 75-25 if you don't draw correctly.
Well,
absolutely.
based on my practice today, that Druid deck is 1-4 against Hunter, so 25% win rate according to my practice today.
Right. Exactly.
Oh my
even
gosh, yeah,
even though you know
that's
it's supposed to
crazy.
be good, right? So
Right. And then of course my practice partner is Nomad Farmer. So he's all like, nah, it's, you know, it's not gonna win like this. And I'm like, I don't know, dude, you're 4 for 4 on Drexthar, so I'm pretty sure it's not gonna go so.
Dang.
no, that's great that you also got to practice before the match, right? I mean, that's always nice to have practice partners and be able to work out some of the kinks. I always say like get unlucky in the practice match and then on stream just like, you know, draw everything, right?
100% how it
Absolutely.
works. 100% how it works. And that's, I think, to me, the real value in THL. You know, like it's a bowling league, something to do. But at the same time, I've made really good Hearthstone friends, practice partners, you know, people to play with, to shoot the shit with, to be like, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think? I mean, I was playing with Dominion Battle last season. And if you don't think I learned something playing for him, you're crazy. You know what I mean? So definitely the friends and the practice and the information trading has been like way undervalued in the THL experience, I think.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think yeah, you can. There's one way to be involved in THL where I guess you are just doing your matches kind of on your own, but you're just on a team, but you're just kind of on your own. But there's another way where, yeah, you're like engaged with the people through Discord, and then you're, you know, practicing and getting opinions and getting people to review your replays and things like that. And that's where I agree with you completely. Like that's where you learn the most and where you have fun with the game and you're challenged and you grow and all that sort of thing. So
Oh,
it's
for
good
sure.
that you have that attitude too, especially in the 5 seed where you're building, right? You're like building up to something.
Right. No, that's what I was going to say. Is like the 5 seed can go one of two ways in my experience, right? It can go like, look, you're the 5 seed, good luck, win some games, we'll help you out when we can, but really, on the 1 seed to really get the best for the season. And then sometimes you're like, look, we got good 1 through 4 seeds, but if our 5 seed could get better and win like a couple more games, we might make playoffs. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I feel like I'm in the latter situation this year where they're like, we're good on 1 through 4, we're fine. But if we can get you better and win some more games in the 5, then maybe we got a shot to go a little further. So I like being in that role, and I fully accept. I'm a scrub 5 seed, but I'm learning, and that's the important thing.
No, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
For sure. I mean, the sweep puts you ahead 2 points now. Like, you all were going into this 2 points behind, and now you're 2 points ahead. So that's huge.
Awesome. Thank you for telling me that. I purposely don't look anymore. Put too much pressure on, so I was like, I'm not even going to look at points or anything until after the game. So that's nice to know.
Yeah. Any questions, Roadrunner? Go ahead.
Honestly, yeah, I was just gonna say, like you mentioned your practice partners before. Is there anyone in particular you want to acknowledge who helped you prep for their match?
Oh, for sure. Definitely Nomad Farmer, for sure. And also Cinder Ascendant has helped me a lot in prepping. So, and of course, I mean, shout outs to all the people streaming. I creep on lots of streams and just listen and watch. So, I mean, there's also all of the content creators, just in general, again, a thank you. But certainly, Nomad Farmer put some hours in with me this week, so that definitely was helpful.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah. Any other last thoughts or anything about the matchups or anything?
No, I feel fortunate to have won. I'd be interested to hear the call outs on the misplays and stuff like that. I'll watch them down the replay and I'll use that as a learning experience as well. But my question for you is, when at the point during the match you saw it was like, that's a train wreck, and it's like, well, he got lucky. The car didn't crash, but oh my God, should have played that on that turn or whatever.
No, I thought for a 5 seed match, there's always little things, right? Like,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
obviously, right? And a lot of it is
Mhm.
just thinking about tempo, thinking about the matchup, thinking about goals that you have, in that matchup, things like that. But I think that it seemed like in general, you definitely had a clear goal or logic to everything you were doing. So, for example, that play when you were Paladin, holding on the 1 drops until you played the I forget I'm bad with names of cards, but the
Bannerman.
2/1, yes,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Bannerman,
yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
to buff
yeah.
everything because you recognize, hey, I'm against Quest Hunter. He can kill these 1/1s very easily. I don't want to progress the quests, that sort of thing. Like there seemed to be a logic in your lines, in the lines that you took, and I think that's what's important. Even if you don't always take the correct line. I think that when you're learning the game for sure, the fact that you have a clear line and then you're going to, stick to that line, even if it's wrong. I do think that's actually really important and that's really helpful. So you played great. I thought you played really well.
That's actually my biggest takeaway from playing on a Germanian battle team last season and getting some information from him and my teammates last year was, even if it's a bad plan, you have to have a plan.
Right.
Yes.
It's terrible. You have to have some kind of idea of how you want to play. Even if you're wrong, at least you got something. And that actually, I've gotten wins in THL before on matches just because I had a plan. It was a terrible plan, but
Right. Yeah, for sure. No, that's good.
Guys, well, thanks for having me on, man. I always love to stream. It's always good to talk to the casters, and I appreciate what you guys do. So shout out to you guys for putting this on, giving us a place to stream, and making us all a little bit better in the process. I appreciate it.
No,
Yeah,
thanks so
no
much.
problem. Happy
Yeah.
to be here. So
Thanks for being
Right on.
willing to be streamed. And, it's always, without you, we couldn't do any of these things. We couldn't have the content. So it's very helpful to have people want to be on
Absolutely.
stream.
Right on, guys. You have a great night.
Yeah, you too.
yeah, you too. See you, bite sized.
All right. Well, that actually does it. We have a short
Yeah?
cast today. It's 3:02. So Yeah. Any final thoughts, Roadrunner, about the series or about the match or anything?
Honestly, not really. Yeah, I just yeah, I don't have much else. So
Yeah, pretty straightforward, right? Pretty straightforward day in a way.
yeah,
It's interesting, I guess, to see Quest Hunter get swept, right? Like that is something that comes to my mind. Like
yeah,
it's one of those decks. I think kind of two things about it. One, I think it's actually a pretty tough deck to pilot. Like it's weird that a lot of times with Quest decks, it feels like the plan should be really straightforward. But I do think Quest
yeah.
Hunter is one of those ones where it's pretty hard to pilot. Like you have minions that don't
Mhm.
progress the quest. So like when do you play those as opposed to playing, spells? How fast to get to
When do you
which
play
points of the
Tavish
quest?
Hero?
Yeah, Tavish Hero,
Yeah,
things like that, right? Like there's so much nuance I
yeah.
feel like in that deck, and it really does matter what you're up against, right? And in this case, he was he had one match where he has to play the slow, like he has to be the aggressor, right? Because the opponent is really slow, and then two where the opponent is
Yeah.
really aggressive, right? And so you have to play the deck so differently. So it's interesting because a lot of people are saying it's one of the strongest decks in the game, but also I just think, yeah, this is not the easiest. It's not the most straightforward deck, even though sometimes people think that way. All right.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, thanks so much for being on cast with me, Roadrunner. I
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's been fun. So,
yeah.
yeah.
I believe there are going to be a couple matches tomorrow night. I think we had two pro, at least from what I remember, there are two pro matches that were slated to happen tomorrow night. So, but just keep it to the Discord for any information about those matches. And thanks for joining us, and we'll
Yeah.
see you again soon. Bye, guys.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Bye.
I hear you got a problem.
You are not prepared.
Another round?
Why do you? You are not prepared. You are not.
This guy's toast.
Leroy! Not prepared!